Hi, Mike Roman here. How are you today? This is our Tuesday, Ask the Guru video session, and I'm going to go a little slower than I normally do because I want to have some fun with this. We have a good question today, and we get these questions from caterers around the country. I talk to them all the time. So this week's question is going to deal with the concept of why do customers always say, well, I can get it cheaper down the street? Sometimes they undercut us all the time. Well, we're going to get to that question in just a second, but I got to tell you something exciting. I had a call this week from a caterer who discovered something. It's a large banquet facility on the East Coast. And in 2012, he actually lost $3 million of sales because of the economy. He's an upscale, $125 wedding type of business. Here's the situation he learned. Just by a chance, he started testing price points. And believe it or not, he came down to just a $65 to $75 wedding instead of the $125 and went after a different marketplace, a different concept. And in January of this year, just passed, he did $1.2 million of these kind of sales. So again, if it makes sense to you, test lower price points with different product lines, not going from A prices and dropping to B, but creating some B price menus and selling them to the public. Good point. Back to our question. Okay, why do people keep undercutting us? Well, it's quite frankly simple. People think chicken is chicken. They think that one caterer's chicken must be the same as the other person's chicken. This has always been sort of troubling us as an industry. You and I know that it's not. How is one chicken different than others? It's portion size, but more importantly, it's quality of the vendor, it's sanitation practices by the caterer, it's how it's handled, stored, delivered, prepared, the quality of the chefs and culinary team members behind the chicken. So from a shopper's point of view, they just don't get it. I mean, one Buick is the same as another Buick no matter where you buy it. So therefore, why isn't one catering menu for prime rib the same as another catering menu for prime rib? And our job as caterers is to continually sell the fact to them that there are differences. This is the hardest part of your job in overcoming this constant, well, why do you have to be so expensive? Explain to people that you choose to be more expensive. That when you first started your company, you tried to compete with all the lower price vendors. It just didn't work because people got embarrassed. People got overwhelmed with problems, running out of food and things of that sort. So you need to sort of take your shopper by the lapel and shake them up from the point of view that all chicken is not the same. All caterers are not the same. I have this crazy line I say sometimes, which is hard to understand the first time. I say in catering, when you buy it, you get what you don't pay for, not what you pay for. If you don't pay the right price, the caterer has to cut corners. And that's your salesperson's job to get across to the shopper. Another thing I want to share with you, it's very important to stop disagreeing with customers about different prices. All your job is to show people that you can justify and explain your difference in price. So if one invoice is going to be $6,000 and your invoice is $7,500, that $1,500 difference is what you really have to explain to people. Don't defend it, just explain it. Now, those who know my matrix pricing concept know well that when you present prices to customers, it's very important to present them at least three different levels, sort of the high, medium, and low, if you will, the diamond, the gold, and the silver. If you get that concept going, you will relax your customers because they won't feel the urge to beat you up on price because you're actually showing that you're three companies in one. You're an upscale company, you're a traditional company, and you even have some value if they need it. But the menus and the wow level in each one changes according to how much you pay. So all I can share with you is, in summarizing this, that when you think about this whole concept of pricing, it really is your right as a caterer to charge what you wish. But you have to make sales or you can't pay the rent. So therefore, you need very much to have a plan. And the plan simply is to move forward, be honorable with your customers, but also explain to them why there are differences between one caterer and another. Don't be afraid of that. That's not talking about the competition. Remember, they're the one who said to you, hey, you're too expensive. Explain to them that you choose to be more expensive. We never have to apologize for charging more. And by the way, in every single major city and major town that I've been to, The top caterer, the most respected caterer, the largest volume caterer is always the one that technically is the most expensive. Think that one for a while. It's been great talking with you. Remember, next Tuesday, we'll have another question for you. Maybe you should send me a question. I might be able to answer it, okay? Have a great week. Thanks.